Hey guys, Marsdengen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and as the anniversary is drawing to a close, there might be some of you out there that, like me, you can see here, have a bit of a surplus of these 6th anniversary coins, and are maybe wondering about what you should do with these. Now, there definitely has been a recent development which has kind of spurred the creation of this video. But I want to go through a couple of the things here quickly. So obviously there's the type-specific Kais. These can definitely be useful, especially if you always find yourself running low. The cards, most of these are really just collector's pieces. So I mean, you can see here from the ones that are missing, I bought the 5 copies of the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta that Global didn't get. I'm kind of tempted to maybe get the Cell. Not really too fussed about the Frieza, and I did buy the Bad Man shirt Vegeta because, you know, why not? These older ones I don't think are really worth getting. Then there's a bunch of medals, hourglasses. I mean, these are super easy to come by. They're in the barbershop all the time. These, you don't really need to buy these. They're in the barbershop, or you just do the Roshi event. You definitely don't want to be buying Hercule statues. You can farm easy A's, or many events in the game give you Zenny. Some of the support items I could kind of see an argument for, maybe. Ghost Ushers, very good for things like Super Battle Road. Whis, obviously one of the better items, although I noticed for me, now that they've added this to the barbershop pool, this shows up way more regularly than Icarus, and I'm now in like a reversed position where I actually have more Whis than I have Icaruses. Things like Senzu Beans not so much, but the point of the video is to talk about the potential orbs. Now, orbs are still one of the most valuable resources in the game. A lot of the end game events give these out now as rewards. Things like, depending on how you play, how high you place in Chain Battle, the World Tournament, tiered rewards, and then of course, one of the main reasons a lot of people bother to grind the World Tournament to go higher than like the top 1000 is because you get more and more orbs once you get into that bracket and go further and further above. And of course, on Global, we don't have the like special boss that gives you the extra orbs on the daily orb event. So, you know, orbs can certainly be a problem. And there has been times in the past where a whole bunch of units have released in a row that were all very good and of the same typing. And that had led to a bit of a discrepancy in certain typings. Like you can see here, even though we just had Goku release, I've got way more AGL orbs than I do anything else. Almost any of my other typings, you could add 2 of them together, and I still have more AGL. Whereas STR is running kind of low, and I've seen a lot of people saying the same thing. It seems like it's always STR orbs. And funnily enough, STR orbs are the point of the video. So you might have seen a lot of people talking about this on Twitter, but if we go ahead and flick over to the wiki page here, so, let's have a look through the list of units. So, we just obviously had the anniversary. We got the free-to-play login UI Goku, who was STR. And depending on how your pulls went, you might have pulled the Golden Frieza that awakens into Frieza and Gohan. Neither of these two are like super great cards that you're necessarily going to be using. Maybe if you are like fully free-to-play, you can definitely make good use of the UI Goku. But that's 2 STR units that we've just had. Now, as we scroll down, obviously we had Goten and Trunks before the anniversary, and we had Saiyan Day. So the next Dokkan Fest on Global, which should probably be announced soon, which will come out before the worldwide celebration starts, which should be at the end of the month. I believe last year the banners came out on the 29th of August. So the next Dokkan Fest on Global should be Videl. Now, I will do a separate video about whether you should summon Videl or not when we get closer to the actual banner, but she is certainly a very divisive unit. She kind of has the same like Kale and Caulifla syndrome when they first released, where I feel like a lot of people just don't like her or don't want to accept that she's good because it's a Videl card. But, I mean, when she came out on JP, she's almost unarguably like the best TUR in the game. And now, you guys saw the global tier list that I put out the other day, or if you haven't, you should check it out. The GT Super Saiyans are obviously right up there. For me, they are 1 and 2. And people even like argue about whether Videl is better than them or not. So she is an insanely good unit. Her banner does also see the return of Bojack, who is another STR unit. So if you didn't get Bojack, that's added value if you did want to summon on her banner, or if you just want to go ahead and buy him with red coins. But that is another STR unit. So as we continue to scroll down here, Obviously, Global already had the Tapion stuff. We've already had the GT stuff. Yeah, all the GT stuff. Nothing really here. The free-to-play Piccolo that awakens into Piccolo and Krillin. Good for a free-to-play unit, for sure. But then, of course, when new stages of Super Battle Road come out, we get this LR Trunks. So, did I open up a page for him? I don't think I did. Let's do that. So, we got the UI Goku. He's pretty good. He has the free built-in ability to dodge 50%, which is pretty good for free-to-play units. The Frieza and Gohan, they're kind of mid. Then, yeah, Videl, very, very powerful. Greatly raises attack on Super, raises defense in 1 turn, does immense damage, and greatly lowers defense. Obviously, lowering defense, not that crazy. She gets ridiculous attack and defense. She has a chance to dodge until she attacks, so she's really good in slot 1. She gets extra attack. Attacks effective against all types within the same turn after dodging. So if you put her in slot 1, you get that dodge. Then she gets an additional 58% within the same turn after receiving an attack. So the perfect setup for her is to put her in slot 1 where there's 2 attacks, and then she dodges 1 and gets hit by 1. And then she's going to do a bunch of extra damage. So then we had the Trunks LR. So Trunks, this card is pretty solid, and they made the right choice here. Even though Bulma and Baby Trunks are in the card art, the card is just a Trunks team. So obviously that means he can be on like Future Saga, Vegeta Family, Hybrid Saiyans. So this card is very, very good if you're going to be someone that's able to complete most of the Super Battle Road stages, or even if there's one of the new ones that you can complete multiple times, you'll be able to get copies of this guy, and so you're going to need orbs for him as well. Then as we continue down here, we'll get this free-to-play Frieza army. I mean, they're pretty good. You're not necessarily going to use them too much unless you're free-to-play. There's the Easy A for this Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Is pretty decent. And the Majub. I know a lot of people are unironically hyped because his Easy A is pretty good. So if you haven't invested in him, that's more STR. Then we get down to the next World Tournament LR, which is the Mercenary Tao. So Mercenary Tao is pretty good. He is really only super good on like a Dragon Ball team, because that's the problem with most of these Dragon Ball Saga units, is they have a lot of links that are only really good for those specific teams. Like he has links like Crane School and Dodon Ray, which is not great, but I mean, he has Brutal Beatdown, he has Shattering the Limit. His links are not the best, but he's pretty solid. He's the new World Tournament LR, so you're probably gonna want to invest orbs into him if you do get copies of him. And then there's a new Goku as well. He's okay. Maybe you want to invest some orbs into him. And then, of course, the big one is the current Dokkan Fest on JP and potential new best TUR in the game, dethroning Videl, is the STR Super Vegeta. So, STR Super Vegeta is absolutely insane. Like, he's a crazy, crazy good unit. Like, guaranteed crit is insanely good. Like, even at 55%, this guy can put out some pretty decent attack stat numbers, and then he's guaranteeing you a crit. So even at 55%, he's very powerful. So a lot of these units, like him specifically, you don't want to like do a couple of multis on his banner. Even if you're free to play, maybe you've saved up a few multis worth, you actually pull a copy of him, and then you can't even get him to 55% because you don't have STR orbs. And then, of course, there's the Cell as well, the support for Android Cell Saga. He's actually quite good as well. The side banner units have been getting much better and better, so he's another STR unit. 18 gets her Easy A. She's from the barbershop, so if you don't have her yet, you can easily go and pick up all of those copies and get her fully maxed out. And then, of course, we get the next Prime Battle LR. So we've gotten a new Super Battle Road LR, a new World Tournament Reward LR, and a new Prime Battle LR. These are all coming in the near future for Global, and they're all STR types. So this is the Kid Gohan. He's pretty powerful. He's very similar to the physical one from the Super Battle Road, because he kind of relies on having a Goku around in order to get his full efficiency, but he is another very strong unit, and obviously being a Prime Battle LR, he's a very strong free-to-play option. I think he's your best pick if you want to run a free-to-play Exploding Rage team. So he's obviously very strong as well. And then we have the Easy A's for the 2 Super Trunkses. So you saw I brought this tab up earlier by accident, but the STR Super Trunks is really, really good. And yeah, these are units that, before they're Easy A, because they're so old, if you're a newer player or even someone who started the game within like a year or so, you might have pulled multiple copies of this guy, Dokkan awakened him, read what he does, and then gone, oh, he's not really very good, I'm never going to use him, so you never put orbs into him. But now he gets his Easy A, and his Easy A is really good, and now you want to max him out, because you potentially, if you're somebody like me, I've had this guy, I say rainbowed, I've had him at SA10 all paths unlocked for ages, but I just never bothered to waste orbs on him, because I was never going to use him. So now, he's a unit that I have now rainbowed, because we know that his Easy A is really, really strong, and so that's a whole bunch more STR orbs that you need. So flicking back over to the shop here, as you can see, I have bought, like I said, I bought the Badman Vegetas, I bought the Super Saiyan 2 Gokus. Those cards are 20 coins each. I bought all 5 copies, obviously, to open their paths. So that's 100 coins for both. That's 200 coins. I don't think I've bought anything else. I don't think so off the top of my head. So if you haven't spent any of your coins left yet, you should have over 650. And if we go down to the orbs here, you can buy each of the orb types 10 times, and they cost 7. So if you wanted to buy all of the STR orbs, the small, medium, and large, it's only going to cost you 210. And you will be able to buy all of these. So I am actually going to go ahead and do that. So we get 5,000 small orbs. Pick up the medium ones here. So we get 2,500 medium orbs. And then go ahead and pick up the large ones as well. 250 large orbs. So if we go back to the potential orbs, there we go. So I mean, there's still the lowest number of orbs I have, but that's going to give me a fighting chance to get all of these STR units actually maxed out. So yeah, there you go. That is my advice. If you have a bunch of coins and you don't really know what to get, like some of the other reward cards that Global didn't get are kind of nice to have for the collection purposes, but you're probably not going to use any of them realistically. The type Kais could be useful as well, I guess, because so many STR units are coming out. So you could buy a bunch of the STR Kais. But also do remember, if you have a bunch of spare friend points left, you want to try and do some of these while these are still on. Because I did a whole bunch of these today. And the number of like Kais that I had has massively increased. I didn't get a load of the STR ones, but I got a whole bunch of the other type Kais, so that's definitely worth doing. So let me know down below, how many coins do you have? Have you spent any? What did you buy? What are your STR orbs looking like? Are you ready for this onslaught of STR units that are going to be coming out? Or are you someone who is on JP and is currently suffering through the drought of STR orbs? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. I see you.